I'm Emma Small. This is a video from my Level 3 Forest School Leaders course. This is Unit 3, Question 3, how to safely use tools, and this is my talk on using an axe. Okay, so this is an axe, this is a handle, this is the cover. You remove the cover like this, just that, pull it out, and it also has a protective rubber thing that you remove like that. This is the blade, and this is the cutting edge. If I walk with this, I hold it near to the head and push it down and walk like this. If I pass it to somebody, I turn it round and pass it with the handle facing them. When I'm using tools, I make sure I'm arm widths, 2 arm widths and a tool apart from everybody, and there are no trip hazards around me. We use an axe for splitting wood that's too large for a knife or a saw. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut a piece of wood and we're going to use for kindling. Just while I prepare this, I'm just going to pop this in here just so it's nice and safe. The PPE that I'm going to use, I'm going to wear a leather cutting glove on my left hand, which is my helper hand, so I'm right-handed. And I'm also going to wear some goggles to protect my eyes from any bits of wood that may splinter and go flying. Okay, so when using an axe, we need to make sure we've got a cutting base, so we've got a really thick, heavy log that we use to avoid the axe touching the floor. I'm going to cut this one. So you can see the grain of wood. We always want to cut again with the grain rather than against the grain. This way today. Okay, some people choose to kneel. I prefer to stand, especially we have a lot of teenagers here, so they prefer to stand and use the axe. You need to make sure that it's a steady base, legs apart for an equal like a good stance, and that it's not a slippery surface underneath your foot. Okay. So using an axe needs to be a controlled movement, not just waving it around wildly. Okay. So you can hold the angle at the axe at different levels. If you hold it nearer the top, you can be a bit more precise as to where you want it to split, and then if you hold it further down, you have a bit more power to actually split the log. So this is my demonstration. I want to sort of split it down the middle. So I've got my legs apart, knees slightly bent, and I'm going to make an indent, hopefully about in the middle. And I'll just show you now. Okay, and then I'm going to, once that's dented in, and I'm going to, there we go. And I will carry on, leave my hands further down the axe, to then split this log for kindling, as such. So once I've finished with the axe, I will make sure that the cover is returned. I can then return this axe to our toolbox, where it will just need wiping over and covering with oil to make sure there's no water on it before it is stored. We don't want it to go rusty. Thank you for listening to my tool talk on the axe.